Kevin.
Yo,
All right. All right. This is the For the Culture podcast with Kevin Dawkins. We're going to talk about some high school basketball the upcoming season. It's September, so teams are starting to work out, have colleges coming to the gym, and everybody's getting together to try to get a roster together, try to get on the same page so they can have a good season. Kevin's going to talk about some of the top teams with a lot of returning players this season. And go ahead, Kevin.
what's going on? Let's see. I guess we'll start out with Greensboro today. The recruiting capital of the world.
Well, Freddie is known to bring some kids in when the time is needed.
Yeah, they actually gonna be pretty stacked this year. I think they got a chance to win it all, and I believe they changed the classifications in private school this year. So I'm not sure what Greensboro they fall in at.
Yeah, Greensboro, from what my understanding is, they moved down to 2A private school. So probably High Point Christian will when we get to High Point Christian one day, High Point Christian will probably be one of the top seeds for the 3A. But yeah, Greensboro Day is moving down to 2A.
And they got a few little veterans on it. They got Austin Inge, Etamov, and Dunn coming back, but Dunn had some kind of knee injury this summer, so I'm not sure exactly. His ACL or something, I'm not sure. I know he's still in rehab right now, working on that. But I like Austin. He can actually play. You never know these teams, but he should be one of the starting guards for them. And just like the Quinn Cook player Duke had, he probably played a Quinn Cook role.
So is Austin Inge the kid that came from Grimsley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they got Etamov, he was majority a post player. Now he done opened up his game zone. He putting the ball on the floor and getting to the rack and shooting a little bit. And then of course they got the 320-21 kids, Carson McCork and Cam Hayes. They actually tied for being ranked number 1 in the class, and then they North Carolina. Then they got a kid from Georgia named Josh Taylor, I believe. He about 6'7". He's a skilled player. Once he adds some more weight to him, he's gonna be real helpful. But you know how Freddie is. You just got you good. I mean, you're gonna get on the floor.
Yeah, it's like that sometimes. You gotta play the Greensboro Day system. You gotta buy into the defense. You gotta understand their defensive concept to get on the floor for Greensboro Day. Now going back to Etamov, is Etamov having any offers you know of, or is he committed?
He might have. I want to say it might be Appalachian State or something like that. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he got like 1 or 2. And Austin, I don't believe Austin have none or done. Actually, the 2021 kids, they the ones got all the offers.
Oh, they have all the offers. I've seen Dunn before. Dunn seems like he might be a lower Division II kid.
Mm-hmm. He can really shoot the ball, so that helps out.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if he's actually a 3. Do you think he's a 3, or do you think he's more of a face-up 4?
I guess it depends on what division he had. I guess it depends on what school. I don't think he moves well enough for the college level to be a 3, and he actually not tall enough to be a 4. I think about 6'4".
Yeah.
6'4" range.
Yeah. If you're 6'4", you can shoot a little bit, but you may not be able to. You may not be able to defend at the D1 level. Yeah, you probably the Division II level may be a lot better for you. I mean, of course, playing in Greensboro Day system, that always helps because the coaches know that at least the kids understand, how to play defense and discipline and being disciplined on offense.
Yeah, Greensboro Day got kids in college I ain't see play in 4 years. It's unbelievable. I don't knock him, but I'm like, I ain't never seen this kid play. He been hurt the whole time, or he just ain't never playing. He playing in college ball right now.
Yeah. Greensboro Day is very connected. Now you said, does Greensboro Day have anything out of 2020?
Do they? They got a kid named Carson Pierce, but I'm not, like I said, he's pretty decent, but I'm still not sure how much playing time he's gonna get, just because of the way Greensboro Day roll.
Now I do. I'm looking down Rick's list. I do see one kid, Christian Bailey. Have you seen
Oh
Christian
yeah,
Bailey
yeah.
from
He
Statesville?
yeah, but I haven't heard. I don't even know if he at the school, and I know he's supposed to been transferring in. He's a pretty
Uh,
solid kid. He's a pretty solid kid. He he already had reclassed one time, so he had to come in as a junior. He reclassed early on in life.
okay, and I do see this kid. You talking about Casey Pierce.
Yeah, yeah.
So
He's he's a pretty skilled kid, but he's skilled enough to play. I just don't know how much he will play.
So you want to move on to the 2021?
With Greensboro Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, them boys tough. I know everybody know Cam and Carson. I always hear Carson can play, and I seen him play. I just haven't seen him go out there and destroy for him to be. Granted, he's still ranked number one in the state, but like I said, I haven't seen. I'll put Cam number one because I seen Cam do some good things, and I think he actually the number one player in the state, but they actually got him tied.
Now, after he said that, y'all hear this? Do not ban that man from Greensboro Day. Don't ban him from Greensboro Day. You know, look, everybody has opinion. I have the same opinion. I've came in and out of watching Greensboro Day games, and I've seen that Carson can shoot. But outside, I've never seen him dominate, take over a game, and I also know when you're playing in Greensboro Day's system, you just don't go off and you just take off and take 15, 20 shots a game. So maybe his game is hidden within Greensboro Day's system. I have seen Cam Hayes. Cam Hayes is a very good guard. So, but in my eyes, I would also probably put Cam Hayes as the number one player in the state, and probably more likely on the team.
But everybody got different opinions. Because other people have said I know Carson can play, but everybody said they had seen him when it's time for him to turn up. He really turns up. And actually, he turned up on TV. One of them games they played on TV, he came out and played some good ball. So I know he got it in. I'm just saying personally for myself, I haven't seen him go put it in that Black Mamba mode or in the Jordan mode and go kill.
I mean, and for some kids, when some kids are really, really talented, and I know that from coaching a lot of kids who have been top ranked, they get bored. It's just another basketball game. So sometimes they might not go a full 100, 150%. Sometimes they may just do enough just to get by and just get the win.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, when you start going up there, you're playing Wesleyan and High Point Christian Academy and some of those private schools from Charlotte. And when you're playing a national schedule, you have to start bringing it every night. So a lot of times kids are pushed out there off potential. And I did see him play one time. I was at the Coliseum. Garner Road was playing on like one of the back courts in the Coliseum, and I think David West was actually coaching. And that was my first time ever seeing Carson. But at that time, I did not know who he was. I think that's when he was going into the 8th grade. Going into the 9th grade, or he was already maybe a 9th grader. And he played. I forgot what AU team was playing, but he was out there. He was out there talking junk. I like that.
Oh yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he was out there talking trash. I love that.
Yeah,
yeah
he will compete at all times.
So.
He said in one article, him and Cam gonna be the best backcourt in the state.
Hey, but when you put that X on your back,
yeah.
When you put that X on the back, people are gonna be coming for you.
Ain't no other backcourt gonna be better than the state until the Twins get out of state.
Yeah, there's no better backcourt than the Langley Twins until they graduate. Pretty much, no matter who you are.
Yeah, I put my money on the Langley boys.
Yeah,
at all times.
Yeah, you're not gonna be better. You're not gonna be better than the Langleys. And we haven't got to Southwest, but I pretty much probably think Southwest. If Southwest has any type of help for them,
well, they actually had a pretty good team last year, and they I can't remember who they lost to in the playoffs, but they had a pretty decent team last year. And now with the Twins, I actually think they can win the state championship. Will Price is actually the assistant coach. He told me this is probably the deepest team they done had since he been there. That's even with them winning the championship, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So I'm hearing this team is actually better. Because one of the kids named Jaden Turner, he played last year. That's my first time seeing him or hearing about him was last year as a junior. And he was putting up double-doubles on the regular, and he put up a 40 ball over the summer.
Oh, what it was?
So now you add him and the Twins on the team, and then they got I think that Caleb Martin, Amelia Huggins, and Joel Pettiford. I think they can beat me personally. I think they can beat Dreams, but like I said, I put my money on the Twins any day of the week. I think they're the best team in the whole Guilford County and one of the better teams in the state.
Yeah. If they have if they have help for the Twins, then yeah, they'll be a front runner to win the state championship, and they will give Greensboro Day a fight. And more likely, knowing Coach Shavers, he probably will try to get Greensboro Day on the schedule at some point and try to play them somewhere. If it's not during a jamboree or one of these showcase events that they have in the year, because Coach Shavers he likes to play competition. So pretty much what you're saying that you figure that you think Greensboro they'll probably more likely win the 2A state championship.
Yeah, I don't know too much about all the private schools or anything, but Greensboro Day. They're gonna be in the running every year, no matter what classification they in. And now that they drop it, man, 2A might be harder. I'm not sure. I don't know how private schools work, but I know some schools went from 2A and moved up, and I think they got a 4A. I'm not sure about private, but I know some teams moved up and some teams moved down.
Now, I do know in the 2A boys private school, Northside usually wins the state championship a lot. And I know they're powered by Jeff McInnes. I know a lot of those teams, Charlotte boys, I know they were going to Northside.
Yeah.
At one point. So I had to go back and check and see who won the state championship last year. But Greensboro Day has a great chance to go back and win the state championship.
It's gonna be harder to play John, but they got some pieces. Cam is not John, but Cam makes a difference on anybody's team.
Yeah, you can't. The type of heart that John brings, yeah, that's hard to match, and that's gonna be a lot to try to make up for. How hard he plays, how disciplined he is.
John a pro.
I think John is a pro also. I think he's right, and I think he's not the type of pro most everybody believes. They think, well, he going to lead, he averaging all-star, but John will be the perfect late first round pick. He gonna come in. He would come in, make a team. He gonna play defense. He gonna be a glue guy. He gonna work hard. He'd be kind of like oh man, what's the guy that plays for the Atlanta Hawks from North Carolina?
Bazemore.
Yeah, Kent Bazemore. Yeah, John would be more like a Kent Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore just got a bag. I think this year, last year, he just signed a big bag.
Yeah, and John will jump into those roles. The only difference is, what I know about him is that his dad's been working with him on, is just getting his jump shot better. So if Clemson makes him into it at least a knockdown stand-up shooter, John should do really well at Clemson.
Yeah.
So, who do you want to move on to next?
Let's move on to Smith. I don't think they third in the Guilford County. I just one of the teams we can talk about because they got Silas, he should be a high major D1 player. If not high major, he should play at a Division I school.
From just the way recruiting goes, of course I see Silas going high major. Just as long as Silas has his motor going.
Yeah.
Silas has his motor going. I think a lot of times, like I was saying about maybe like Carson, I think that Silas is like that also, where, the game comes so easy to him and he's so talented that sometimes he's so selfless. Like, when he was a freshman, he kind of took a back seat to the older kids, and it didn't seem like he was like pushing the older kids like, look, I'm about to get your time, I'm about to get your shine. He's kind of more like, I'm just gonna step in. I'm a freshman. I'm a role player, and I'm just gonna get in where I fit in. But in some cases that works out. But when you're as talented as he is, you have to be a whole lot more assertive.
I don't even think he know how talented he is. The kid was 6'7". I think he actually 6'7". Last time I seen him, looked like he done drew some more, and he slouched some, so he probably taller than what he is. If you take away the slouch he got so much untapped potential. It's just unreal.
Yeah,
I don't think he know how much talent he really has. He may know. I don't think he knows.
Yeah. So for some kids, it takes a little while for it to click to say, hey, I can make $100 million doing this.
Yeah.
Some kids it takes a little bit longer. Kids like the point guard for Chicago Bulls, Chris Dunn. Like, so I'm saying, so when Braxton was going through, Chris Dunn was one of the other top point guards, but he never really like put it together. It took him a while. You still going through stuff and getting a little bit of trouble or whatever, and finally you get it together. It was the same way with the kid from Raleigh that plays for Phoenix.
TJ Warren.
For the longest, TJ Warren didn't play hard. All through high school, TJ Warren didn't play hard. He didn't play hard. He just shot the ball, didn't play no defense. And then around the time that David West actually went ahead and took him under his wing, maybe like when he was going into NC State, then it seemed like TJ took it serious. And when he took it serious with his ability, then you see what happens. Then you get a long NBA career. But just some kids like that. But Silas, I mean, the same thing with John with Silas is that his jump shot. It's the confidence. It's not that Silas can't shoot. It's the confidence in the shooting.
Yeah.
It's the confidence in the shooting. He has to just, regardless, he has to believe that it's gonna go in every time he let it go.
Sometimes, last time I seen him play, he'd be hesitant on the shot. He'd be wide open, but take the shot.
Yeah, just take the shot. Because once you don't take the shot, it gives a coach a whole new game plan to stop. They're just gonna say, "Hey, just stand back and don't give him the driving lane." And especially if you don't give him the driving lane and you shade him to make him drive right. And so when you don't have these things in this game, it's gonna make it hard on when you find a coach that can really like break down game tape and put together a defensive plan for Silas. So Silas has to get to the point where he has to go right more with ease, be able to shoot the pull up, and even shooting and just shooting jump shots in general. Because if you up on him, it's hard to keep him out the lane. It's very hard to keep him going out the lane when he has the basketball in his hand. And he's a very good passer, and that's what I like about him. That he, being at 6'6", 6'7", he's actually I see him he's actually a point guard because he's not greedy. He likes to get everybody involved, but at the college level, depending on what school he goes to, they may put him at the 2 or they put him at the 3.
Yeah. I know at Smith I guess he's playing pretty much everything. He going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just gonna put him in a situation they help the team win. But I think a couple times last year he was running point guard.
Yeah, they got a new. Don't they have another point guard at Smith now?
Yeah, he transferred in from Southeast. I think like Khalil Hines. The Joker, he's quick. He's quick and real crafty. I like his game, and I was told he was. I think his mom went to Dudley, and then he was supposed to be headed to Dudley, but waited too late to get the transfer in, so he ended up at Smith.
So he ended up at Smith.
Yeah, but he can play. Southeast lost a lot of players and he was one of them that can really play. And then they got and then of course they got Nick McMullen. He came from Eastern. He transferred in from Eastern. He about 6'8", 6'8", wide shoulders kid. He's at Eastern. He probably gave Eastern about 5 points, 4 rebounds a game. I think he over the summer he was putting up big numbers for a while, and then it tailed off a little bit. But I think he should be close to maybe a 12 and 7 guy for Smith this year.
So do you see him? I know those kids that are between that 6'6" to 6'8" range. So is he more of a 3, or is he more of a back to basket 4 or face up 4?
He probably right now he's a face up 4. He can, if he works on the other skills to become a small forward, he can be there because he can step out and shoot the ball pretty good. I think he falls in love with the jump shot too much instead of using his athleticism to get into the basket, but he can extend the floor. I believe he might be one of the better shooters on the team for Smith.
Okay, because I see him, and I see Rick has him at number 30, at number 32 in the state. Yeah, number 32 in the state. Yeah, that's an area where you may lower Division I mid-major.
Yeah, if you look at the previous rankings, all the kids in that area, I believe, went D1.
Yeah. Usually in North Carolina, let's see, look at some of Rick's stuff. Usually the top, if you're in the top 40 of Rick's rankings, usually you have a very 40 to 45. You have a very good chance of getting a Division I scholarship. Most of these kids, they go D1 somewhere. Of course, most people, a lot of programs from out of state love to come in and recruit North Carolina kids.
Arkansas been in the state here lately.
Oh, they've been coming around looking at kids.
Yeah, I heard recently was in the state inquiring about the kid out of Burlington, a 2021 kid.
Let's see. Usually when you hear those things, usually they have an assistant that is that either started out in North Carolina or they went to school in North Carolina, and they always circle back around and come back for the talent. Anything else they got out there at Smith?
They got the quarterback Jordan Williams. He's about 6'4". He's another active body. They lost. I think Smith might have had over on the whole team maybe like 7 college basketball kids last year in total, and they lost. They pretty much lost their starting 5, including Cam with the transfer.
Yeah, they did have about 7 kids.
So I'm not gonna say they're gonna rebuild them. I just don't think they're gonna finish. Of course, they're not gonna finish like they did last year. I think they should win about between 18 and 20 games. Well, I'd say 16, about 16. I think they at least get to 16 wins.
Yeah, they should. And of course, that also depends on Silas's aggression level. This would be the year that Silas would say, "Hey, y'all, I'm just gonna put y'all on my back every game."
I think, yeah. Okay. And they really got a really tough conference too. Because they in the conference with Smith, Dudley, Parkland. Of course, Dudley, Southwest, and Parkland.
Yeah, I know we haven't got the Parkland
and Mount Tabor.
Oh, and Mount Tabor, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I know we haven't got the Parkland, but when I was doing research, I did see that that Parkland's young backcourt, it actually looked like they're gonna be pretty good.
Oh yeah, Cammy and Shell, he's a thoroughbred. I just seen an article. I coached him for 3 years, 2 or 3 years in the AAU. They got he just recently had an article about him the other day, and they was comparing him. You remember O.C. Warlow?
Yeah.
They was comparing him on the football field, the O.C. Warlow, and they said as a sophomore, Cammy is a better football player than O.C. was. And then the coach said they expect his football jersey to be retired, and after they graduate, and he said, "Don't be surprised if you see his basketball jersey retired." I believe he gave Smith last year almost 30 points, and he was just a freshman. Cammy is tough.
So is there anything else with Smith?
Um, that's about it. It's gonna be. I think that it's gonna be that starting five, and then it's gonna be kind of a drop off, and they're gonna need everybody. They're gonna need that starting five to stay healthy.
So, what's the next team you want to look at?
Let's go. We can go Eastern Guilford. I know more about them than anybody. I still think they got a chance to win conference. They lost. I believe they lost about 95% of their scoring, so it's gonna be a tough battle. But based off what I've seen this summer, I think Burlington Williams in the conference would be first, and second, I can see either Eastern or Southern, or maybe even Southern Alamance. And it's a toss up, but I believe Eastern, Southern, and Burlington Williams, either one of them can win conference. It depends on if Nick Chile plays, he's the X factor. And I was hearing that since he already signed, since he already committed to play football, he's thinking about graduating early and just not even playing basketball. But if he does play, he'll be the X factor. And then you got Justin Matthews. Justin Matthews is a true point guard. He's probably the leader of the team. Him and Nick Chile will be the leaders of the team. Justin can easily get you a double-double just off like 10 points, 10 assists. He gets people in the right position. And he's real good on defense. And then you got Kamel Smith. He's actually the starting quarterback for varsity. He's a sophomore. He's about 6'3". He's a real good run jump athlete. He can step out and shoot the ball. He got a nice looking jumper in the mid range, and he's uber athletic.
You said who all is in the Eastern Conference?
You got Burlington Williams, Southern Guilford, Southern Alamance, Ashboro, and not Bartlett Yancey. It's some other school. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh no, and I think what is it? Providence? Well, no. That's an Andrew. I was thinking maybe Providence Grove. No. It's South. Did you already say Southwest Randolph?
Yeah, Southwest Randolph.
Okay. Yeah, Southwest Randolph. Well, yeah.
It's so hard to judge all the other teams because Eastern had Jalen Austin, Montez, and Dominique Gray. So it was just like the teams might have been good, but you got Jalen and Montez. They made everybody look like they weren't too good. So.
Yeah. They played really hard.
Yeah, but just looking at the teams from last year, Burlington Williams. I know they lost a good amount of people, but they do got this kid named Nazir coming back and Kennedy Miles. I think Nazir, he should be in the running for Conference Player of the Year based off what he has done in previous years.
You know what year he is?
He's a senior.
He's a senior.
I think Eastern the next 2 years after this year, they should be. I think they have a chance to win conference and make a deep playoff run because the kids, it'd be the same kids from the middle school team that did real well, and they'd be juniors.
Oh, okay.
I think those lads, the 2021 class, they juniors and senior, they can make a run like what Montez and Jalen did. I think like Kamel, he kind of plays like Jalen, but Jalen played harder, but Kamel already has a better jump shot by far. Then you got Caden in the mode of Montez, and I think eventually he's going to overlap that situation. And they got another kid named Zion Connor. He can probably be like he's been working out all summer. He should be a better player this year. He played JV last year, and I can see him being that third piece like Dominique Grace was this past year. So I think that junior and senior, I think they'll be making those same kind of runs as the 2018 class did.
Yeah, and I do see here. Once again, I'm looking at Rick's rankings. I do see Nazir Johnson. Yeah, I had to see Rick has him number 91 in the state. So yeah, that's looking like he'll probably end up being a D2 kid. He'll end up being a D2 kid unless if he finds a situation out of state.
He's a point guard size, but he's more of the shooting guard on the team. But he played point over the summer. But you can play point guard over summer, but you're not really a natural point guard because you don't always play that position.
Yeah. With those situations, He'll probably end up being a D2 kid, a real good D2 pickup. And like I was saying, like when Arkansas coming checking schools out, usually I do go check the coaches. Melvin Watkins used to be the head coach at UNC Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he got North Carolina ties.
Yeah, so he had North Carolina ties. That's usually the way it works. Any and what's the next one you want to do?
I believe that's all I had written down to talk about was Southwest, Smith, Greensboro Day, and Eastern.
Well, we can go back to Southwest. We kind of just ran into Southwest while doing Greensboro Day.
You did.
Yeah, we kind of mixed that all together. But I think it's great. I think it's great for Southwest that the Twins got to come back. They got to come back home and get to play their senior years, and at Southwest where everybody where everybody loves them. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been in the Southwest system forever.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be real big for them to come back, get back in contention, try to win the state championship. And I think because Cox Mill still 3A?
Yeah, they are. And I know they got Wendell Moore and Caleb, the Caldwell kid. But the twin, it's two twins. I mean, it's two of them bad boys, and plus I said they got and they still got a supporting cast that can do some things. I don't think Wendell can beat Southwest by itself.
Yeah, and that's probably the game that everybody was looking for because you got three kids. They've been winning the whole time they've ever played basketball. They win all the time. So for them to meet each other, and then they would have to, somebody's career is gonna end. So that would be a really good game. I think that game would be jam packed. Whether it's at the whether it's at the Joe Coliseum or if it's at UNCG or whatever, or at the Coliseum, wherever they'll end up playing it at.
And but you know what? Last year they was on the same side of the bracket because Cox Mill beat Smith before they made to the state championship. And they all, Smith and Southwest in the same conference, so they might not even meet in the state. I doubt they meet in the state championship.
Yeah, right there before you.
Uh-huh. So I think that's the West. They came out the West, and I don't see nobody in the East beating, unless they they change up the brackets. Somebody, I think they go by max preps and all their rankings and stuff. So it may change, but I know last year if it was the case, it would have been Southwest and Cox Mill on the same side.
Yeah. So they'll both be really high seeds, if not the 1 and 2 seed, and then they'll meet. Hopefully they'll get to meet somewhere down the line, and won't know neither one of them get knocked off.
Twins, I think both twins should be in the run for conference player of the year. I just got that much. I just got that much confidence in them boys.
They just be co-players of the year.
Yeah, I just got that much confidence in there.
Yeah, man, it's hard. It's hard to count against them, man. It's really hard to count against them because I mean they've just been doing it on at the highest level, all these years. And even when who was it? Was it Keyshawn that got to go to the NBA camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he led the camp in steals per game.
Yeah.
So he got those against some of the best in the best. So what you think he gonna do against this old public school kid? him and his brother gonna probably average about 4 or 5 steals a game.
Yeah, they're gonna be running through. And I mean, even with them, and I think UNCG got over. I think
they got a steal.
I think they truly got over. They truly got over because at least, what I'm saying, I know they'll at least be solid their freshman year. but at least by the time they're sophomore and juniors, they're going to get UNCG into the NCAA tournament. They're going to get UNCG into the NCAA tournament. I just believe that's going to happen, because once you're a winner, you don't stop winning. Winning it's in their blood.
Now I told Will Price told me they trying to average 90 points a game.
Well, yeah, that's the Southwest way. Yeah, that's the Southwest. Before long, even when I was at Southwest, when Shavers was first when he first started coaching at Southwest, Shavers has always wanted to play that style of basketball. It just took a while for him to get a collection of kids that could play that fast and get up and down the court and take that many shots and play that type of defense. So I can see it where they're trying to average 90. They're gonna try to run you out the gym.
Yeah, I just don't see. You don't even see most high school teams get over. I think last year Eastern was putting up they was putting about 70, a couple 70-point games, but 90.
They'll get it. I mean, they'll get 100 a couple times.
Oh, I believe it.
They'll get 100 a couple times this season, and a lot of times with being at Southwest and watching a lot of those games, it's hard not to get caught up into that style of play when you're just running up and down the court and you see Southwest shooting threes, running, dunking, and all that stuff. And then when you're on the other team, you're like, oh, we can play like that too. And then you might be able to play like that for a quarter, for a quarter and a half. And then next thing you know, Southwest hits you with a 20-point run because your shots stop falling because you can't play that type of style the whole game. So Southwest will have a very good season, man. If anybody's listening out there, what's your Twitter?
What is my Twitter? I had to change it. I had to change it for because I was trying to get on certain jobs. And I started having coaches follow me, and we started talking. So I had to change it to something reasonable. So it's Kevin_Dawkins_.
Okay, on Twitter. Make sure when you listen to this, make sure you go follow Kevin. Kevin will be giving updates all season. He will be. We're thinking about joining another publication later on in the year. So you'll see him pop up. He's a credible source. He's at a lot of basketball games. He's on the circuit. So he has a lot of input. He knows that 2021 class. He knows that class. So we'll have a whole lot more talks with Kevin. And thank you, Kevin.
I appreciate you, man. Maybe we can talk about the girls next week or next time.
Okay, yeah, we can get the girls done.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right, take it easy.